My name is Susan Smitson Wright.
All right, Susan, if you will, give us just an overview of your experiences that you had in the FFA.
Growing up on a tobacco farm in Jessamine County, Kentucky, I knew that I had a passion for agriculture, a passion for life, whether it was in raising livestock, raising crops. And when I was 14, I had the opportunity to become an FFA member in Jessamine County. And I still hold something very valuable to me, and that is my membership card, my very first membership card, and how much pride goes along with being an FFA member. FFA doesn't just stand for being involved in agriculture or being a leader. It stands for beliefs such as in faith, in family, in agriculture, in America. So with my membership card comes an awful lot of pride, and I've had that pride ever since 1984. FFA taught me so many life-building skills, whether it was responsibility, leadership, communication. Being involved in FFA led me to pursue a career in agriculture. And in order to obtain a good job in the ag industry, I needed a college education. So I was a graduate of the University of Kentucky's College of Agriculture. And a large part of my college was financed because of my experience in the FFA. There's a dear FFA advisor who's no longer with us. He's with us in our hearts. His name is H. Allen Middleton, and he did a lot for FFA members across the state, and he did a lot to help me continue my education. And again, that goes back to my experiences in the FFA. After I graduated with a degree in agriculture, work took me to the Midwest, and I worked as a crop consultant and salesperson for ag chemicals and fertilizer. I've been in the Midwest for 25 years, and I'm now proud to be able to say that I call Kentucky home again physically, although Kentucky has always been my home in my heart. But I'm very excited to work in the heart of row crop production in the state. And because of my experience in the FFA, because I was a female leader, I am one of the few females in leadership in West Kentucky in row crop production, and that is very special to me, and it's wonderful to see the involvement of females in several roles in the agricultural industry. As a female in agriculture, it is definite that one has to prove their value because we are working in a men's world, which is now quickly becoming, or over the past 20 years, is now becoming a world that includes a lot of females. But definitely proving my value, showing my expertise, being detail-oriented, following up with customers. Being a female in agriculture has an advantage when it comes to relationship building with those that I partner with, to help them achieve their goals of raising as many bushels per acre, as many bushels per plant, as many pounds per acre when we're talking about a dark tobacco crop or burley crop here in central Kentucky.
What do you consider, Susan, to be your maybe highlight experience? You can tell us a couple or so in the FFA, going back to those years.
In the FFA, during those years, whether it was in high school, whether it was in college when I served as state president, or when I worked for the National FFA organization, the FFA allowed me to network with others, to learn about agriculture here in the state, to learn about agriculture in the United States, and also to learn about agriculture globally. And one of the best things about FFA is the people involved. It's hard to pick out one highlight. If I had to pick out my favorite thing about such a fine organization, it would be the people involved. We live in a large world, but being in the FFA makes that world much smaller. I had the experience of meeting President Bush when he was in office, when I was state president, Working for the National FFA organization, conducting Made for Excellence leadership seminars gave me the opportunity to travel to 13 states and to build relationships with FFA members across the country. Those experiences go tremendously noted and tremendously valued. And it's because of the FFA organization and the impact that it had on my life that it has also been able to have the impact or an impact on my daughters as well. When we talk about females in agriculture, my daughters have seen that there are no obstacles that can't be overcome. My oldest is an ag biotechnology major at Purdue University. Her education is being funded by Eli Lilly Corporation. And it's because of her experience in the FFA that she has had that opportunity. She's traveled the world. She's done more traveling than I'll ever travel. She's been to Australia to learn about cotton and wheat. She's been to Ireland to learn about agriculture in the United Kingdom and Ireland and plant genetics, and it's because of her experience in that fine organization. My youngest daughter is an ag business major at Murray State University under the direction of Dr. Tony Brannon, one of our biggest cheerleaders. And it's because of Dr. Brannon and FFA that Shelby is excelling in agribusiness at that institution. So FFA has not only touched my life, but it continues to touch the generations in the Wright family.
All right, tell us if you have any special remembrance of attending FFA camp at Hardinsburg, the state convention, or the national convention. You can just kind of any highlight that you remember of any of those.
When I was in FFA, Dr. Pete Dreisbach was the leader at our Leadership Training Center in Hardinsburg. When it comes to attending leadership camps and laying the foundation, the building blocks of being a leader in our organization, that's where it happens. And Dr. Dreisbach and the advisors of the Kentucky FFA were very instrumental in making those things happen. It was very valuable to be able to meet state officers at the FFA training center and to learn more about leadership, to learn about character, to learn about responsibility. When I joined the Jessamine County FFA, my advisors were John Crowder and Gary Burdine. And they were very welcoming, even though I was one of the few female students in their classroom. As time went along, faces might have changed, but the values did not change and the work ethic did not change. When I graduated from Jessamine County FFA, my advisors were Dexter Knight and Gary Burdine. But I have to mention that it was not just the tutelage of those advisors, it was a network across the state. Advisors such as Brenda Oldfield, Bobby Gaffney. It was a team, and every advisor had the best interest of their students at heart, no matter whether they were their own FFA members in their chapters or if they were an FFA member 300 miles away. My advice to current FFA members or those who are interested in following their passion in agriculture is involvement, taking advantage of every opportunity given. It's so important to serve others and to give your best self away. I would encourage members to do their very best, to take advantage of the opportunities, whether it comes to building communication skills, leadership abilities, their SAE programs. Those experiences that they have in FFA will last them for a lifetime.